Good morning, everybody. This is Thea from That Sweet Tea Life. I hope you're having a good morning. I'm about to get started. I'm going to let everybody kind of get in here. If you're able to see this and if you're able to hear my voice, let me know by letting me know where you're looking at this from. Where are you watching from? So let me get my laptop set up for you so that I can see your questions and we'll get started. Hey Terry, yay, I already see you. Okay, so we're doing good. Let me get this stuff set up. We have been blessed with a beautiful day. Our area is known for being really humid. And today it's gonna be nice and kind of dry, and tomorrow's gonna be even drier, which we just aren't used to. So we kind of like that around here, to have those cool, crisp days. Even our hot days are humid and kind of muggy sometimes. So, and I'm just going to get you guys pulled up so that I can see what you're saying, see if you have any questions, and then we will get started. To summarize what we have going on, this is the Moody Blue blending dresser, buffet, sideboard, whatever you want to use it for. I started off with this guy, cleaning it really well with TSP, or well, not TSP, but maybe it was like a deglosser cleaner. I showed y'all in video number 1. Then I scuffed it up a little bit, broke down a little bit of that finish, not much, just a little bit. I don't really like a lot of the wood natural tone to come through. I wanted to keep that nice rich stain, so I then shellacked it 3 times with shellac spray, and I showed you that. And then, before that though, I did the vinegar water clean. Sorry, I'm getting you pulled up. But that gives you guys time to kind of tune in and stuff, so. This is not part 4, so I'm going to edit that. This is part 5. We have 5 videos now. This is crazy, but you guys kind of keep my feet held to the flame so that I keep this going, because there's so much that I assume that y'all don't want to see, but it ends up helping somebody, so why not? I'll just have you along to do the whole project with me, because I never know what kind of questions you might have that I could possibly help with, or somebody else viewing can help with. So, hey to Alabama, hey to Texas. I see somebody shared this, and that reminds me, share away. That helps. I don't know if you know anything about Facebook, but they're trying to make it super duper 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 hard for us to be able to put stuff out there for you guys to see. They want us to pay money. That's not folklore. That's pretty real. So any sharing, tagging, anything that you can do, we appreciate it, as like bloggers and people in the DIY scene that are trying to put this stuff out there for you guys. Trying to make it so I can see everybody's comments. Connie Oliver is asking, do I usually use primer or just the shellac? It really depends on what I'm going for. I knew from the beginning I wanted to distress and see that beautiful, warm, rich wood coming through, especially in contrast to like the teal tones that we have happening here. So I want a clear shellac. If I know that I'm looking for a nice clean look, or even a look that is going to allow white primer to come through, I'll use a white pigmented primer. If you hold on 1 second, I'll see if I can grab it. Here you go. This is white pigmented shellac primer. I get it from my Sherwin-Williams store. I just love shellac. Reason being is it does the same thing as your typical oil-based primer for the most part, but the way it settles is much nicer than a really thick, goopy primer. So I just prefer it. It helps me to have a nice feel to my work, because I am a Nazi when it comes to like brush strokes and stuff. I don't like them. So this is what I use if I want something white, and this helps for if I'm doing a white color, like the actual dresser is going to be white or the piece is going to be white, or if I want just a light tone color on there. Y'all, I need more coffee. Then this helps me to cover up that dark wood. Using less paint, getting a more even look, faster, easier. So if I'm going for that, I use this. If I want to see the wood and I don't want to see that white peeking through, then I'll use the clear, like I showed you before. Terry is asking, how does it differ from shellac bin? I don't know what you're talking about. I know, let's see. Here we go. Yeah, this is why I go live, so that y'all can ask me these things. It makes me think. Okay. So are you talking about this? This is the clear. Of course, they do have this in white in the spray form. I haven't seen it in the can form, but I wouldn't go for that anyways because I don't like this stuff. I love being able to spray it. And then it's a primer, shellac based. I would invite you to try it. Every other white pigmented primer that I've used, even like the bin and the gold can, to me it is just really thick and goopy. This is just like regular shellac in the way that it feels. It feels thinner. It's just not as thick. It's hard to describe. The viscosity is just totally different. And I just like the way it kind of gives and sets into all of the little grooves and stuff like that. Less sanding, less awkward goopiness that I just seem to hate. I don't know, I feel like I'm always talking about that. Let's see. My laptop is going slow. Tintable? I don't know. I'll have to look into that, Terry. She's talking about a tintable shellac-based primer. I'll have to look at that. I just know I love this stuff. Somebody told me about it, I tried it, and it's my go-to. And sometimes whenever you find that go-to, who wants to mess around with other things? And I'm sorry. I chopped off my head. Not that you need to see everything, but it's a little bit awkward. Okay. Nuala Downey. I have to know how to say your name. That's so cool. Lisa, if you're asking about the shellac, this is Sherwin-Williams brand. I get it from the Sherwin-Williams store that's down the street. Yeah, I like it. It's like a purplish and whitish can. It's my favorite. Hey, Janelle. Good. Try it. It's great stuff. Okay, so I'm going to put this down. Put that down. This thing right here is the bomb diggity. I love it. Just throwing it out there. Good, I'm glad I answered your question. Okay, while I'm showing products, how about, what do we have going on today? We're distressing. I know a lot of people are scared to distress. How do you know where to distress? How much is too much? How much is too little? Honestly, none of that can be answered with absolutes, because as an artist, you can create whatever feels great to you, and I can bet you there are people out there that are gonna love it, because God made us so incredibly diverse and different. Don't get caught up in finding out what's right and going that way. Be an artist, have fun with it. But that said, I'll show you what guides me as I'm distressing and what I use to do it. Here you can see these are my Wise Owl paints. No, these are not the Wise Owl bottles. Those are my FIFO bottles. I put my paint in there so that I can just squirt it out as I need it, and I don't put my paintbrush into the paint can and contaminate it, because I'm bad about that. This is a pint of Wise Owl paint that seems to go on forever. That's my S50 brush that we have been talking about. Okay, it's Irish. Nuala. It's so pretty. I'm part Irish, not that you can tell. I'm actually more of a mutt, but I'm part Irish. Also, I've got my hardware. I'm going to put that in place because that helps me dictate where it is that I'm going to distress. I don't know whether or not I'm going to stay with this look for the hardware, but we'll see. I've got my sandpaper, my flexible sandpaper that I love. Easy to work with. This is the 220 grit. I've also got the 100 grit, and I've got some paper 400 grit. And I'll show you that. Yay, Nuala. Okay, I said it. I've got my little itty bitty handy dandy screwdriver. Got my water bottle. Don't know why. It seems necessary. Oh, and I wanted to show you. This is a wine opener. I'm not drinking wine quite yet, but I wanted to show you because I was having problems getting one of the drawers open. If you keep one of these handy for one reason or another, get in here. If you keep these handy for one reason or another, you put it in, you turn it a little bit, it grabs, and you're able to pull. Yeah. So, it's good to have on hand for whatever reason, whether it's your wine or for opening up the drawers. I want to show you that because I had to use it this morning. Okay, so I'm going to turn this around so I can see you guys and pull this down so that you can see what I'm doing. Carol is asking where I got those squeeze bottles. I get mine off of Amazon. And I will hop on the computer and give you my shopping page where I kind of have been collecting all of my favorite things so that they're easy for you to access. But I love them. I love them for my own work as well as classes and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, they're called FIFO bottles, first in, first out. They screw on both ends. Squirts out that side. I'm able to fill it from that side or that side for that matter. They're made to be able to store like this. I don't feel good about that though, so I still always keep them like this. And give me 1 second. I will get that link for you guys. And really, if you just go to thatsweettealife.com and then go to the top and select shop, you'll see where I have all of the Wise Owl products linked as well as my Amazon area. And it's not really a shop, but it's just a place where I've been collecting links to things that I love that are on Amazon. Yes, it is my affiliate links. And that just means that if you shop through them, then I will get like the itty bittiest percentage in commission. So, oh no, what did I do? Did I post? I'm gonna throw the link in the description so that y'all have it. Good? Good. And that also takes you to my Wise Owl shop. And I am so super sorry. I did not realize that my shop, the shipping was all messed up. I'm so sorry. So please let me know if you ever have any questions. I'm happy to help. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to start, and I actually meant to do this already. I'm gonna add some of the, this was a sticky drawer. I'm gonna have to go in and fix all of these before I put it on the floor to sell, because I don't like anybody to have problems. If you have sticky drawers, one of the things that I recommend is taking wax bars. It could be pieces of an old candle, or you can actually use soap or the wax melts after you've used them in the warmer. Get those, and if you run them on the bottom of the drawers and where any of the wood comes together, rub it right there. If you use the wax warmer melts, it smells heavenly. B, it causes it to stop rubbing so badly and catching, and so your drawers glide smoother. So I'm sure I'll be doing that. I'll probably sand it down just a little bit because I can feel the roughness, but I'll also be adding the wax. Oh, y'all. Up or down? Up or down? Yeah, okay. Yeah, Carol said she's tired of fighting with the lids. That's why she's asking about the bottles. I feel the same way. Whenever I have a moment to paint, I want to get to the paint. So having the FIFO bottles makes things so much easier. I grab like a plate or something, squirt it out, and get it down. I'm gonna leave that out. And then, let's see. And I'm gonna skip that for now, because I've got this guy so I can show you over here. Got that guy so I can show you there. I can do this rest later whenever I'm not live. Okay, hey Lisa, I saw Lisa's on there. Lisa is in Florida and she's amazing. Okay, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my 220. 220 is gritty, not too gritty. Something I like about the flexible sandpaper, I've told you before, is that it, while it's got X amount of grit, whatever it tells you, it's just got a softness to it that isn't so harsh. So I like the way that it sands. Once again, I think you can find that in my Amazon shop. And part of the reason I do that is so that not only can you shop from there, but you can look at it and see exactly what it is. If you go and look for this in the store, it's not gonna look just like this. It's gonna be in a roll, or it could be flat. So if you go to my Amazon shop, you can actually see exactly what it is, what it looks like, and read the descriptions. So, how do I figure out where to sand? Where do we touch things? Where do we rub against things as we're going through life? What does my hip hit every time I walk past the piece of furniture, or my toe, my foot, my leg, my hand? There's just certain areas that you know are gonna get normal wear and tear. So those are gonna be the areas that I'm gonna focus on the most. Why? Because A, it makes the distress look natural. B, when we end up bumping it, inevitably, it's gonna be natural if we nick it in some way. So you don't have to worry about those imperfections down the road. So right here, Debbie! Hey Debbie, Debbie Curtis Caldwell is our winner for the Wise Owl Pint of Paint in the S50 brush. I'm sure she's gonna figure out what color she wants soon, so I can send that out to her. So congratulations to her, and yes, you need the bottles. Go get them. But this is one area that I know I'm gonna see. So I'm going to gently begin to pull away the paint. I don't want to gouge it so deep that the raw wood is coming through. I just want to see the nice, pretty stained wood that I shellacked. So I'm going to do that. And see, I can already see it. Wise Owl is super lovely to blend. And I'm gonna have to wet this. That's why I brought the water bottle. So you can see, not only am I going down to the wood, remember that base coat, that crumb coat that I added, was the deep turquoise. And this is why you add those different layers, because now that I'm sanding, not only do I go down to the wood, oh, so nice and smooth. Not only do I go down to the wood, you can see that deep turquoise coming through, and that makes it a lot of fun. So I've already, I want to measure kind of, I'm gonna go a little bit further in this direction. because I like to be a little bit symmetrical. So I'm just like that. Then I'll come over here. I'm gonna put this on the ground. I'm gonna take my 400. I'm just gonna rip off a piece because I love the transition from the wood to the paint to be really super smooth and natural looking. So I'm gonna go back over that again with the 400. And I'm gonna zoom in and show you something, if I can. Because right now, of course, it's gonna look super dusty. Bear with me. I'm gonna try to not make y'all get seasick. I'm gonna turn this off and see if, okay. Terry brings up an awesome point. Something that's been found in the paints recently is something called crystalline silica. If I were sanding more and kicking more up in the air, I would definitely wear a respirator. But this is very low level. I'm not going to be doing much. But the crystalline silica has been seen to make us very sick. Know what's in your products. One thing I love about Wise Owl is that they're very conscientious, not just about quality of product, but also quality of life, quality of the of our earth, and making sure that they've got this beautiful balance in all areas. Hold on one second. I usually have a brush handy just to kind of dust away anything that I've got going on. And I'm also going to show you, because we're going to end up top coating this, so the color's going to look a little bit different. So I'm just going to take a little bit of wetness and show you what that's going to end up looking like. And of course, the glare is going to be exactly where I don't want it to be. Yes, Gina, if you look in the description, she's asking where the bottles are. I stuck my link up there so that you can go to my shop and you will see those bottles in the Amazon shopping area. I'm gonna take my phone off of there, come over here so that you can see. Oh gosh, and I'm gonna zoom out a little bit and get out the way. Y'all, logistics. Okay, let's see if I can get this to, do you see that? Ah, there you go. So you can see that was deep turquoise against the wood, against the anchor. So it gives beautiful depth and color. I love the contrast of that warm wood against it. Yeah. So here we go. We're going in an awesome direction. Okay, I'm gonna pull back out. Are the top coats also as safe as the paint? Yes, absolutely. As a matter of fact, anybody that knows me knows I'm a big proponent for Polyvine. And I found that the Wise Owl varnishes are very similar, partly because I think they're both very conscientious about health issues and stuff like that. If you can look, I'm in a completely enclosed space. I do have like screened area behind me, but this is an enclosed portico, and that's really important for me. I like to work in an enclosed area a lot of times. So all of this that I use, I can do that with. There are no smells, and I'm not talking about like there's no smells that are offensive, and I'm not talking about how you can inhale a product and it doesn't have smell, but you end up with a headache later on. No, I have no problems with any of the Wise Owl products, and that's super important to me. Da, 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 da. Would it be safe to use on a grip? Of course, whenever it comes to our little ones, we want to go overboard on the safe side. I'm inclined to say yes. I don't see any reason that it wouldn't be. But then I start thinking about them teething in the future. I would love to get back to you on that, Vanessa, just to be certain. I trust my products, but at the same time, I don't know, that's so scary. But yeah, there's no solvents, no VOCs. Nala, I think I'm saying it right. Yes, I love Polyvine, Dead Flat, and Satin, and actually mixing them makes the most beautiful and perfect finish. That's what I'm gonna end up doing on this guy. But Wise Owl is much easier for me to get. It's definitely reversed for you. So I've decided to go ahead and switch over to Wise Owl for the varnishes. Vanessa, would you mind sending me a private message so that I can follow up with that? Because that's something I would definitely love to know. I'm inclined to say it's absolutely fine. So, on decoupage items. Yeah, I've seen them use it for decoupage. Polyvine as well as the Wise Owl varnish. I'll show you. And now you could probably help me with this. If you know the Polyvine varnish, like I assume Nala does, and what I've used for a long time, I've actually still got several quarts in there because I like to keep it on stock. But this is the Wise Owl varnish. Can you see? It's got that nice milkiness to it. That's very, very similar to the Polyvine. So yeah, it's become my go-to. I'm trying to look at it. Free of harsh chemicals and solvents. Low VOC, low odor, high quality finish. Yeah, I'm gonna ask about that. And what's wonderful about Wise Owl, the owner creator is a scientist, no joke. So she knows the chemical compounds and how they interact with the environment and ourselves. That's part of the reason that you'll find Wise Owl is in a plastic container, because it's eco-friendly. Also, we don't have the rusting. She knows how to do it in a way that it's going to not compromise the paint itself. So yeah, back to sanding, right? Like that's what we're here for. Yes. Mary is asking, is Wise Owl top coat tabletop tough? Yes, and I don't take that lightly. If you know about Polyvine, you know that they have a hard wearing varnish, and I've always used that under any top coat that I use, so it gives me that extra durability. I've found that the Wise Owl varnish, again, very similar. I don't have issues with scratching and all that kind of stuff. It's incredibly, incredibly durable. So I trust it, absolutely. I'm trying to look and see if there's anything else. Okay, so I've got that wonderful little peak right there. Where else am I gonna go? Eventually I am gonna paint this in a little bit, but I'm going to take it and kind of frame out right there. So I'm gonna hit the edges. I see a little bit of raised wood area, so I'm going to play with that a little bit. I'm going to use the flexible sandpaper to kind of go over it and pull like this. So I've got that. And a lot of this, you won't see the effect right now. Later on, whenever you tune back in and you see the entire outcome, then it'll make more sense. I'm going to go down here. I have some raised edges. Again, those are great little areas to hit. You can probably take it more on this side. Create a storyline. Visually, I will usually try to take a element, whether it's the highlighting or the distressing or whatever, and go from one area and kind of make it flow across, just so that visually there's kind of like a storyline to follow. So I started there, I'm gonna come over here. So I'll take this brush. And so that you're able to see a little bit at least. I've got my wet sock. So maybe you're able to see that a little bit. I can, and it's pretty. I love that. And when I come over here, I'm gonna, that's a great spot right there. While the Wise Owl paint has a lot of texture to it, which makes it great for like the blending and it grabs the pigmentation as you're going, it sands down super, super easily. And see right here, I'm kind of imagining whenever people open and close the door, their hand might fall right here as they're shedding it. Edges are always a great place. You can see some of that deep turquoise is starting to come through. I'll see if I can't show you that real quick. Yay, Vicky, you got some of it live. Okay, I haven't missed anything. So I'm going to, this is for nothing else but so that you can see. It's not for any sort of purpose in the actual distress work. I just want you to see what's happening as I distress. So let me see if I can zoom in and actually show you, or is it going to be all, oops, sorry, glary right there. Are you able to see that? You can see a little bit of the deep turquoise starting to peek through. And then you can see the white, that's white. Some of these areas that you would think are like glare from light, it's not. That's where I added the highlight in video 2, I think it was. Over there. Highlight, highlight. Those little nooks and crannies, highlight. So yeah. Okay. And trying to think of anywhere else that I should show you. And down here, oh, I know where I gotta put them. This is where the flexible sandpaper really comes in. I know somebody's probably fussing right now. It's too much. I know, but it'll be fine, I promise, I promise. One thing with distress work that I'm kind of a Nazi about is, like, if it's a flat surface, I want it to be very like horizontal. I don't know, not like hitting diagonals or anything. I want it to go straight across. And once again, you can see the deep turquoise is trying to peek through right there. If I turn this, and here we go, I'm about to get to questions. What are those rolling things? The fidget spinners are also in the shop, easy to find in the Amazon area. Is this gonna be long enough for me? I'm gonna grab this one. It's a little bit longer. I cut them down into small little sheets because it comes on a roll. So here we have my cabriolet leg. And that's one of the main places that we're going to bump into it over time. And that's going to be one of the main places that I want to see the wood tone come through. So I'm just going to take it and begin to wear it away. Already I can see some of the deep turquoise and the wood tone. And here's the thing. If I begin to distress and I simply don't like it, you know what? I can paint that paint right back on there. It's not a big deal. So again, don't be scared to play. Just like we're not scared to play with the paint, don't be scared to play with your sandpaper and get in there and have fun with it. And say, for instance, too much of this deep turquoise is coming through, and I want to see more of the anchor itself and not the deep turquoise. I go back in with like a little artist brush, and I start painting it back in. Once again, I'm going to wet it so that you can see. There you go. So pretty. I'm going to take it on these little edges. I've seen some that will use a orbital sander or something to do this with. That's just not my jam. I usually like to do the actual distress work by hand so that I have more control. It does take longer sometimes, but I get a better feel for it, so I usually stick with that. And I'm going to bring the camera around so you can see this. Ooh, right there. I like that. Okay. So I want you to see how that's coming through. Yes, I get kind of nerve-wracked too. Let's see. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything, so I'm looking at the comments. Let's go down here, and we're going to check this out. Here again, you can see the blending that we did just the other day. And once again, I'll put the videos, the link to all of the videos up above. And then look, we've got that. Now I will say I may go in and add a little bit more of the anchor back in there, but I love the contrast. And I promise at the end of it, it's all gonna look good and come together. Thank you, Beverly. And over here, you can see that. So you've got all of the elements together, the different colors, the highlight, and then the, and move the distress work and get to where you can actually see. Oh, there. So yeah, and then we get back over here again. So there we have it. I've got work to do. And yeah, it's coming together. It's coming together. It's gonna be done soon. The next part, just so that you guys know, is I'm going to actually spray the varnish on there. I'm gonna use my Wise Owl satin and matte varnish. I've mixed them because I feel like that's like the perfect look for me. And I've put them in my HomeRite sprayer. So, hold on one second. So I'm gonna put those in my sprayer and this whole thing is gonna get sprayed. So I'm gonna have you all tune in for that as well, so you can see how that goes. Super easy peasy. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm gonna get going. My hubby just popped in on me and I have to go see him before he leaves. So y'all have a wonderful day. Bye.